Welcome to Marketecture, where you can get smart fast with in-depth interviews of leading technology vendors. I'm Ari Paparo. I'm joined today by Gareth Noonan, the GM of advertising of Demandbase. Thanks for being here, Gareth.
Thanks, Ari. Thanks for having me.
So probably most people have heard of Demandbase, well-funded, exciting company in the Bay Area. But why don't you start by giving us an overview? What is Demandbase?
Sure. So Demandbase is a go-to-market suite of services that allows sales and marketing teams to identify, prioritize, and communicate with the businesses that are most likely to buy from them. So a lot of the platform is built around the concept of account-based marketing and account-based experience. ABM is a B2B strategy and approach that's been around for quite a while, but Demandbase really was the first company to put tech and a platform behind that. And so one of the key differentiators that we bring to market and one of the key offerings is account intelligence. So it's really looking at a customer's first-party data from their CRM, from their marketing automation, and then layering on the more third-party anonymized data that Demandbase has to identify and prioritize the accounts that are really ready to buy. So a lot of predictive models there, as you can imagine, looking at qualification scores for how closely an account matches the ideal customer profile. And then, predicting from a pipeline perspective, which accounts are most likely to enter pipe to accelerate through the buyer journey, et cetera.
Right. So B2B marketing, I'm selling my product, my software, whatever, to a business audience. I go to Demandbase. I tell you who my current customers are. I give you my CRM data. And then you give me all kinds of analytics, activation, email, I imagine, other venues by which I could reach them.
Yeah, exactly. So if you were to look at the offering, you could almost split it into sort of like three sections. There's the data layer, where you have sales intelligence and you have literally company and contact data. And then there's the decisioning layer, which is really the account-based experience platform, where we bring in intent and we bring in identification, and then all of the AI there will build those predictive models, as I mentioned. And then there's the activation layer, which the DSP, the part of the business that I'm responsible for, is obviously one of the prime channels there. But also, obviously, there's email, there's orchestration into social and search walled gardens. So basically allowing account-based activation and reaching all of those accounts that we have, that using the predictive models, we've helped our customers to prioritize and then getting the message out to those accounts.
Yeah, so in this conversation, we're going to deep dive on the DSP, and we actually have a demo for Marketecture subscribers. Just before I get there, just a quick question. So you're a pretty large private company, I guess a unicorn among them. How big is the company, roughly?
Sure. So Demandbase is over 800 employees, primarily in the US, but also with operations in Europe and India. From a revenue perspective, we're privately held, we're venture-backed. The DSP standalone is a 9-figure business.
Wow.
And the kind of logos that we work with, everything from Fortune 50, all the way down through mid-market and enterprise. I would say our strongest verticals are tech, manufacturing, financial services, and healthcare.
Great. Okay, let's talk about the DSP. So it's a B2B DSP, which is an interesting niche. And what's differentiated about it? Why would someone use this instead of, say, the Trade Desk, DV360, something else?
Yeah, so we would position ourselves as being the only custom-built B2B DSP in the market. And when we look at what goes into that, what are the differentiators and what are the definitions behind that, it starts with identification. Like, we will never advertise to an individual unless we have first associated them with one of our customers' target accounts. And then obviously there's the intent component, the content and the context. How is it that we know that an individual that we have first associated with a target account is a member of this core ABM concept of the buying committee? One of the differences between a B2C and B2B DSP is that we have that fundamental understanding of B2B buying cycles. It's not just one individual deciding on a transaction or making a decision. It's an extremely lengthy, nuanced buying cycle with multiple influencers, recommenders, decision makers. Again, this concept of the buying committee. And the intent is where we identify those key personas that we want to get our customers' message in front of. And then just the understanding of the account object is another key component and differentiator. One example I can give is just from a budget management perspective. If you can't associate individuals with an account and you're running a campaign to 14 or 15, large global enterprises, one of them could pretty quickly suck up all of the budget.
Right.
You can frequency cap at the individual level, but you need to have that account association. And then needless to say, there's an inherent advantage to the big DSP being completely connected to the rest of the platform in terms of consistency of signal, reporting, visualizations at the account level, all of those things.
Thanks for listening. To hear the complete interview, subscribe at marketecture.tv.